Whew. Hey, there we go. Impromptu, another live session with me walking hills. Got a good one here. Not too big. Looks bigger from a ways away, but we're gonna try to hit it. We're just walking. So, but it's a good one to sprint on. But I'm sure somebody will be up on this very nice Saturday morning. Good way to stretch out, that's for sure. We gotta keep it this way. Yeah, this is nice. Good way to stretch out. Not too bad. I think I enjoyed that. Up and down for a couple times. But, all right. So, if you saw my post yesterday, you know I was quite pleased and very surprised by the situation that happened with CJ Johnson. He was signed by the Eagles. We saw, or we heard rumors about that a couple days ago, about a week ago. And at least for me, I didn't think that was going to happen. Never thought that was going to happen. But lo and behold, Howie works his magic. And you never know what's going to happen in this business. At the end of the day, when you play this game, you're trying to get paid. And understanding his mistake last year, and we must have made some type of, we meaning the Eagles, must have made some type of impression on Gardner Johnson that he would want to come back, especially after the way everything went down when he left. So now when he left, it was a very strange, very odd series of events. The timing was kind of weird. And it was, I thought Howie was trying to give him a new contract, but clearly he didn't like the numbers. He made mention of that in his press conference yesterday. The money wasn't right, things did, he kind of glossed over it, but things didn't work out. And how I translate that is, he didn't like the money and wanted to take his chances elsewhere. And what he wanted to do was have a good year with Detroit, or whoever signed him, but it ended up being Detroit, and make a play for another big contract. Well, Detroit had a good year. He got hurt. That was the problem. He had a good year because when he came back in the playoffs, he was legit. So we really have to look at his injury history because it's real. And is it something that we need to be concerned with? Absolutely. But I ain't really no different than anybody else. So, but we got him. I thought his press conference was very enlightening. Did not expect that level of maturity from him. Dial 316, good morning. Sagittarius. Let's go Cowboys. Well, the Cowboys better go somewhere. So, and let me say this to the Cowboys fans. I am a former Philadelphia Eagle. I bleed green. Sometimes I spend time in the jungle of Cincinnati because that's where I'm from. And I still represent my Bengals. But I don't like the Cowboys. I don't hate you though. Because I grew up. I'm a running back. Of course I watched Tony Dorsett. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have just the abject hate that some people have, some Philadelphia Eagles fans have for the Cowboys. Again, don't get it twisted. I don't like Cowboys, but I do have respect for some of the people in the past and what that organization has done. So, because I'm 53, I'll be 54 in July. So I grew up in the 70s and the 80s. The 70s, it was the Steelers. And in the 80s, it was San Francisco. But like I said, I grew up a Tony Dorsett fan. So it's all good. It's all love. And plus, I will talk ball with anybody, Cowboys fans included. So it is always all good. As long as you don't get toxic, we good. But, yeah, I don't know. It is very, very interesting what's going on with the Cowboys, especially with all of the stuff swirling around Dak. Never saw that coming. So, and now you got the feud between, what is that, your radio station and the content creators down there. And I will say this, though. The content creators for the Cowboys, of course, the one that comes to mind is Law Nation. And then I've seen Bitches Love Sports. And there's a couple other ones. But Jay Tuck, I think. Y'all content creators are good, man. Y'all getting it in. Props to y'all. Because I don't mind, like I said, if y'all winning or whatever, talk your talk. That's what you're supposed to do. We fans. But there's a lot of Cowboys content creators that really do their homework. And I always appreciate that. Because there's a lot of them that don't. There's a lot of Eagles content creators that don't. And any other team you want to name in the league, there are a bunch of content creators and traditional media heads that don't do their homework. We are past the point of where the media is above everybody. Those days are gone. Because us content creators are putting out information that's good, it's vetted, and it can rival some of these people on ESPN and Fox and all these other channels that have the experience, that went to journalism school. Because now a lot of that stuff don't even matter. All you got to do is make sure you get the information out and you try to do your best job to make sure that it is correct and it is timely. And the people on social media can get that information just as quick, if not quicker, than these guys in traditional media. And they don't like that. They do not like that at all. Because now it's an even playing field. And you got a kid fresh out of college, or in a lot of cases, that never went. And they're putting out quality information about their team or about the NFL. And it pisses a lot of those guys off. So be it. But at the end of the day, you still got to be good. You still got to be reputable. It's pretty easy to figure out who's putting out quality stuff and who's out for clicks, all that kind of stuff. So it's very interesting how the media landscape has evened out. Even up here in the Philadelphia area, up the street, in the New York area, this whole Northeast market is different now. And the old school, the old guard, they fighting tooth and nail, but they ain't making it. You look at what Skip Bayless is trying to do. He's failing. He moved too late. I always use the example, I call it it's like the Toys R Us paradox. Everybody remember me as a grown man, 50-something-year-old man. I remember going to buy all my toys at Toys R Us, Christmas for the kids and the grandkids and things of that nature, waiting in line for a Nintendo GameCube. Remember them days? But Toys R Us, like ESPN, was the only game in town, the biggest game in town. And it was good. And then slowly but surely, people started making trips to the Amazon and Toys R Us, ESPN. They got on board too late. And now they're trying to play catch up. I think Toys R Us, most of them are out of business, if not all of them. I think Barnes & Noble is still in business, because I know there's a few of them around here in South Jersey. But you remember Borders? It was Borders and Barnes & Noble battling. You don't see Borders no more. At least I don't. So, yeah, Sagittarius, 105.3 The Fan. So, Val 316, I'm not sure where you are. I'm in South Jersey, so I'm at Donio Park. Back where when I was coaching for the GT Stallions, we used to play. This is where Winslow played, if you even understand where that is. So, hold on, when I get to the top of this hill, I'll give you a shot of it. It's nice out, a little above 50 degrees, so it's still a little bit cool. It's warmed up a little bit since I got here. Check out this shot. So, that's a nice shot. Got hills on this side, hills on the other side. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, man. Okay, you in Berlin, okay. Yeah, I worked for the Cherry Hill Apple store for 13 years, man. So if you ever went to Apple, you probably, asked for Coach. They still know me up there. But yeah, man. So just putting it down, like I was saying, playing fields got evened out. They got evened out. I can kick myself because I really, really wish I started doing YouTube 5, 6, 7 years ago. And I had the opportunity when I wanted to do a podcast. I started the Pro Fan podcast like about a year before the pandemic hit. But because of my time schedule, I was adamant about doing audio only. I wanted to do the traditional audio, Apple Music, Spotify, all of that. And I did. I think I ended up doing, I don't even remember. I want to say like maybe 18 episodes, something like that. My first guest was Vince Papali. Vince is a friend of mine. But I remember when I was making a decision to do it, I called Mike Quick asking for advice. And basically he was like, just go ahead and do it, get started. But my mistake was this. When I look back on it, all of the work I did to produce an audio only podcast, it would have been so much easier to do it on YouTube. But you don't know what you don't know. So fast forward past the pandemic. When the pandemic shut down, I should have really doubled down on it. Everybody was working from home. It was the perfect opportunity for me, but I just wasn't in the headspace. So it is what it is. You chalk it up to a lesson learned. But I think I'm right at 2,300 subscribers right now. And I haven't really been doing this seriously for 2 years. So some people have a lot more in the same amount of time. Some people have a lot less. So I'm somewhere in the middle. And I'm still learning. And I'm grinding and growing. So I say this all the time, and I try to make it a point to say this on every cast I do now, every stream. Man, if y'all tuning in, I appreciate you. 100. Mad appreciation. So, You live behind People Pizza. So you like in Voorhees, okay. Listen, Val, if you're trying to get your YouTube off the ground, here's my advice for you. Whatever it is that you're doing, just do it. Don't worry about what it looks like. Don't worry about what it sounds like. Just do it. Start it. If you already started it, keep going. The biggest piece of advice I could give is figure out a way to be consistent. If it's every night, if it's every morning, if you got to record in your car, when you sit in your driveway and you just got off of work and you tired, record for 5 minutes. You'll be surprised how 5 minutes turns into 15. Because once you get on the topic and your brain get flowing, you look at the time, you be like, damn, I've been talking for 45 minutes and you got a stream. That's exactly how it works. It is awkward at first, and I'm saying that, and I'm someone that's used to public speaking, right? Just keep doing it. You can't help but get better. You can't help but get better. And then, of course, whatever your niche is, if it's football, NFL, FIFA, basketball, NBA, college, whatever it is, study. Study the game. Study the analytics. A lot of people don't like analytics, but a lot of people do. If you don't like it, still got to study it because there's truth in everything. So that's what I've been doing. So you'll meet people. Like I said, just keep going, man. Just try to be consistent. And that's what I'm working on right now. Setting up a solid schedule. So this is where you can find me every week. On this day, on this time, at this channel. That's what I'm working on now. Because mind you, again, I'm well over a year into this. Not quite 2. And I'm just finding this stuff out. So you're always learning, bro. So, and just like CJGJ said, get out of your feelings. Because I'm competitive. I'm always looking at other people's stuff. And I'm back on my mind. They ain't as good as me. Their graphics don't look like mine. How they get more views? Then you figure out. Sometimes that ain't got nothing to do with it. Sometimes you find a group of people that like to listen to you, that like what you got to say. You cater to that audience, period. It's taken me a long time to do that. I'm a graphic designer. I can make the cool thumbnails. I made thumbnails that look like movie posters. Dope shit. Like it was dope. And people, I always run it by my wife. You like this? You don't like that? She's on the outside looking in. So she's not invested in the NFL and all that kind of stuff like me. So if I show her a thumbnail, she either does or she doesn't. She don't care about context or anything like that. It's a good picture or it's not. And sometimes that's the best feedback you can get. It's people that don't watch your content. But what I learned is I put together and produced all of them cool thumbnails, crazy effects in my videos, transitions and all of that. Maybe people don't like that. And then I switched up and then figured out how to read the analytics. And it smacked me in the face one day. Looking at my analytics, and you can break it down to what are your top videos. Now I've produced enough content. I'm at like 800 videos or something like that, probably more now. But I look at the best performing videos. And then it hit me like a ton of bricks. I looked at all of the thumbnails. I looked at the thumbnails and which videos performed the best. And it showed me a little bit of a pattern. Okay, when you did stuff that looked like this, your views came up. So I was like, epiphany, start making your thumbnails like that. And then you do it again a month or two later, once you get more data. Let the data lead you. Ain't nothing worse than having a conversation with somebody and they talking about shit that you ain't interested in. And that's what I had to learn. I know a lot of football. I know a lot of things, but I got to let the audience tell me what they're interested in. And right now, what my audience is telling me, they are interested in Caitlin Clark, Ryan Clark, and the NFL free agency game that's happening right now. Weird trio. But that's what they're telling me, so that's what I do. So I just did my video with CJGJ last night. And then I'm gonna do another one about Ryan Clark tonight. Ryan Clark versus Tiki Beef. Tiki has quickly become the Cat Williams of the sports world. So, but yeah, man. You know what, Val? I've seen that before. People have told me that before on Twitch. I got a Twitch account, but I started it so I could watch other people. A couple years ago, I was a huge Destiny player. So I would watch Destiny streams and stuff like that. So, and don't get it twisted. Current football players and a lot of us former NFL players, we are big nerds. And I'm one of them. I'll be the first one to raise my hand. Always been into cartoons. I was hurt when Akira Toriyama died. All of that. So if you ever want to talk cartoons, Battle of the Planets, all of that stuff, yeah, I can go down a rabbit hole with you. Don't get it twisted. But John Carter, stay blessed, bro. I appreciate you. Man, listen. We had a strong... I started playing Destiny when my friends at Apple started playing Destiny. They had a big clan of all the guys that worked at Cherry Hill in the Sagemore store. So they got me hooked. I bought the game, started playing. Didn't know what the hell I was doing. Going on raids and guys in the chat cussing me out because I didn't know what I was doing. But it was fun, man. It was fun. And I remember, shoot, I got to be at work at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I was up till 4 trying to finish a raid. What? Yeah, I've been there. Had to let that go, man. I wasn't getting no sleep. So, yeah, just a little about me, bro. Yeah, them Destiny raids was monstrous, bro. So, but yeah, man. Whew, what time is it? All right, it's almost 11. I got my 20 minutes in. What's my time at? I wanted to do 30 minutes. So I didn't even walk. I've been going up and down hills this whole time. So, whew. All right, I'm gonna head down this last time and take it to the car. Call the wife, see what she wants for breakfast. Whew. But yeah, bro. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it, man. Just keep doing it. The audience is gonna come, and don't be afraid to copy. Don't be afraid to look at somebody else's stuff and do the same exact stuff. Ain't no love lost in that. That's what everybody's doing. You find it. That's what the whole concept of trends is. You go with what's hot. You think it's an accident that everybody and their mama is trying to get on Shannon Sharp's podcast? Because if you get on Shannon Sharp's podcast, Club Shay Shay, and you mention Cat Williams or Corey Holcomb or anything about that conversation, I just saw Lil Rel on there he gonna probably get feedback from it. But it just feeds into the cycle, the eating cycle. Tiki Barber is the hot topic now. Everybody going at Tiki Barber. And don't get it twisted. I have a lot of people tell me that I look like Tiki Barber when I have my goatee shaved. I've heard that before. I think we got the same shape head. And he's a twin. I got a twin sister. He got a twin brother. But yeah. If Tiki was smart, he would keep going back and forth with what they saying, because everybody's tuning in. Everybody's tuning in. So Ryan Clark said what he said on the pivot. Now they going back and forth. And when I say going back and forth, everybody's checking the pivot to see what was said. Then they go into the Tiki Barber station. They seen what was said. Man, if you could look at their metrics and their analytics for the last couple days, since all this stuff happened with Saquon, their numbers have got to be up. So whether you like them or not is irrelevant. You feeding the traffic, and that's what it's about. I'm not trying to do the toxic stuff. That just ain't me. But I know a lot of people who are. I see Lord Brunson. Shout out to him. We've gone back and forth on Twitter, and not adversarially, but I peep his content. And I'm old school again. You know, the greatest invention known to man is the on-off switch. And if there's something popping off that I don't like, I can cut it off. I like a lot of Lord Brunson stuff. Some of the stuff, maybe not so much. So you know what I do? If I don't like it, I'll click away. If I like it, I keep watching. And for me, him and a lot of other people that some people might consider toxic and all of that kind of stuff, he makes enough good content for me to keep coming back. That's what it all comes down to. So, same way with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith has made a profession, or he's gone to another level on being polarizing. Because you got to remember, in this environment that we're in right now, everybody want to watch the train wreck. So, Jabril Gilbert, what's going on, bro? I appreciate you. So, you know, being polarizing, it pays, bro. So, but that's the environment we're in right now. So me being an ex-player, I've seen it all. And even us who aren't journalists, we fit in. Because you still, and this is a huge pet peeve of mine, when you get people talking about football that don't know about football, or what they do is they say, because I didn't have a long NFL career, or because Dan Orlovsky was almost a career backup, or, you know, Mark Sanchez didn't have a good career, he don't know what he's talking about. And that's not the case. And people tend to forget that. Because I didn't play 12 years with the Eagles, still made the squad, still met people, Seth Joyner, Eric Allen, those guys were my teammates, Vaughn Hebron, Herschel Walker, those guys were my teammates. So I know a little bit what I'm talking about. And people get caught on that tip if you didn't have a long Hall of Fame-like career that you don't know what you're talking about. Then that's BS. So, but at the end of the day, you're just talking about the sport and you're just trying to keep it fun. At least that's what I do. So I'm going to end this walk. I'm going to try to do these a little bit more often because this is nice and quiet as kept. I'm trying to pull the lawnmower cord on my fitness journey because I stepped on the scale the other day. And me being a running back, I tipped off at 260. I said, damn, they about to move me to defensive end. So I said, nah, we got to do something about that. So I was like, let me get my steps in today. Got it in, got 30 minutes in. Check out, here's a shot of the hills. I'm at my car now. Now you can see what the hills look like. I walked over there today. Usually I'm on this side. So I got it in today. I'm going to close the rings on my Apple Watch today for sure. But I'm going to get out of here, man. I appreciate everybody. If it was only 4 or 5 of us, it's 4 or 5 of us that had a really good conversation, man. I appreciate y'all. And, oh, bro, wow, that's phenomenal, bro. 105 pounds? Dude, that's huge, man. Celebrate. But I'm going to get out of here, man. Y'all be good. Be safe this weekend. And don't forget, Monday at 9:30 p.m., I'll be live streaming again. So Selection Sunday, I might have something tomorrow because once we know what the brackets look like, I'll probably do something with that with the women's game. So I appreciate y'all for checking me out, man. And I will talk to y'all later. Peace.